Hello and welcome back to the We Play headquarters. I'm Solovar and I'm here with me.
Hi.
Little Blue. You forgot your name because you changed it or something.
Nah, I just always mess around with my name for different things because I tend to lose interest in things quickly. So I just always change things up a little bit to make sure I don't get bored.
Yeah, I can get that. Though I always tend to stick with my name. So we agreed to do whose mission again?
Doesn't matter. They're both nightmares for a vanguard.
Okay.
Well, Jack's isn't catastrophically bad, but problem with both missions, we're gonna do Grunt and then Jack in one sitting, I think. But the thing is that both of them are fairly linear. There's not a lot of room for maneuver, and the value of a vanguard is maneuver, that you can get into a position, where they can't do much, and you can get away with things that you couldn't with anyone else because you can instantly get to that position as a vanguard.
Yeah. So shall we just take Jack's?
Yeah, we're right here, so we might as well.
Right next to us. And
I think that's why we left off at this spot, because we intended to do it anyway.
Yeah. So Jack's mission, go. So, we talked a little about who we should bring. Who are we going to bring?
I would dare say Garrus and Miranda for Jack, because there's a lot of blue suns and there's also mechs. And Miranda has warp, which is excellent against armor. And then she has overload, and so too does Garrus. So that both...
There's something wrong. Oh, no, there's nothing wrong here.
So I think that we should take these two.
Yeah. Except?
Yeah, I think they're going to help out. I mean, technically what you can also do is you can take Garrus and Saeed, but that's only if you have the Incisor sniper rifle, which is a DLC. Yeah. Because, like I think I mentioned last time, it's ridiculously overpowered in the hands of your fellow friends.
Yeah. For this one?
I would probably say finish off Charge. That's going to be very valuable, because basically now you fully recover your shield. Let me see, I would say Heavy Charge for the extra damage.
Okay.
That's at least what I usually do, because of the extra recharge on the shield and everything.
I haven't set any points for Garrus.
Oh, well, another point in concussive shot, and then overload for the rest. That is pretty much what we're gonna need.
Yeah.
So that's that.
You have 2 points here.
Overload.
Safe. Overload?
Yeah, overload.
Okay.
We're gonna need it.
Oh, we're silly servers looking on.
Yeah, but it's good for vanguards for early.
I suppose we should save our points now so we can max out Renegade or...
Assault Mastery, yeah. Assault Mastery is...
No, when we have passed some of these weird missions, or there's that mission that makes you able to upgrade your Renegade or...
Yeah, but that's through Assault Mastery.
Really?
Yeah, it is. You can look it up if you wish. Look at the final one.
Doesn't say anything. Oh. Further reduce power recharging time and increase power reduction and Paragon Renegade scores.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
So yeah, that is Assault Mastery. Also Assault Mastery, you always, well, you don't necessarily do it, but you should always upgrade your 2 special abilities as whatever class you are. As Infiltrator, it's the Cloak and the, I can't even remember what it is, but the passive. And as Vanguard, it's Charge and Assault Mastery.
Okay.
That's always the most important thing, because that's what you're going to use the most. That's what's the bread and butter of your class, what you're going to work around with. So that's always what you should do.
Weapons, I should just stick with what we have?
Yeah, I think so. I would check out what Garrus has.
This is for Shepherd.
Wait. Go into shotguns. We're going to fight shields. I think you need the other one. The Katana, I think it was called.
Katana?
Let me just come on. Very effective against shields. Yep. That's the one we want. We are up against blue suns and mechs, so not a lot of armor on this one. So the
and this is really weird. We have to go. First, we have to use the return sign to get to this point, and then now we have to choose to go back to.
Right, let's see what he has.
Sniper rifle, burst assault rifle. We have standard assault rifle. I don't know.
I can actually not remember if the burst one is better for your friends or not. Honestly, I cannot remember.
Doesn't matter in the long run.
Not so much.
Should we just put it in the burst and see how he handles that?
Yeah, let's do it. And Miranda, I think we already had her set up, didn't we?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, her weapon uses is pretty much just handguns.
Yeah, she's fine. So that's that.
Here goes the mission of missions. Well, not really missions, but prison cell block thing.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a long one, meant to set the mood, the tone of the place. Which is funny because it's largely irrelevant once the mission starts because it's all the same as everything else.
Yeah.
That's also...
Cover-based shooters are so generic.
It's kind of why the Shadow Broker Slayer is good, because it actually manages to break up the monotony of constantly shooting everything. Because in the early stages you do actually spend some more time running around and exploring a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, you don't
Go to hell?
obviously.
Not going to happen.
We glare at each other like children.
No, it's not. And I was about to press the F key to open that door. Yeah, population. Yes, very example. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Why didn't we put the helmet on Garrus? They're blue suns, they're technically after him, aren't they?
Yeah, you would think that they cared, but apparently it was only the Blue Suns and Omega that cared. It makes you question the infrastructure of that organization. Also, funny facts. You remember how I was complaining yesterday about Sacrifice? Nobody here knows about that. That was a personal conversation. But basically, I played Sacrifice, and I was complaining about it, saying it was one of the worst, most awfully handling games I've ever played.
No, you were complaining about Total Biscuit's opinion on...
I was complaining that he had made an untrue statement that it was a quality game that had no good reason to be unsuccessful. I stated that it had every reason to be unsuccessful because it was an extremely painful gameplay experience.
Talk to this guy and get some Renegade.
Yeah, you can do that.
That's justice!
If you say so. But basically, I was complaining about it, and one of the things was that one of the female god that you can join in one of the campaigns is actually played by a female shepherd, if I'm not mistaken. But long story short, the review by the TB was that it was a quality game that had no good reason to be unsuccessful because it had everything it needed to be successful. And my argument was that it had some of the most awful and clunky mechanics I'd ever encountered in a camera, which directly opposed the way you wanted to move, and very restricted movement of your character, as well as your tactical overlook was very much hindered in that you had to be physically present yourself, and that you couldn't actually see what your troops were doing unless you were in visual range of them, which I find to be horribly annoying when you play an RTS. So I consider it to be a very painful and very clunky and sluggish experience. So that is why I believe it was not. If you pause for a second, you're gonna have some blue suns that you deal with them like you deal with them, and
I hope my hotkeys are still working, and if I can figure out using them right.
And then of course
Shotgun.
there's gonna be dog mechs. I can't remember, Fenrir mechs I think they were called. You're gonna have to worry a little bit about those. Remember to use the warp on them.
Yeah.
But basically a lot of overloads on everybody until they lose their shields, and then just
Oh yeah, they both have overload. That's...
exactly.
Should I just charge into those?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I can't remember how that works. I think you can get away with it if you don't fuck up and you remember to charge at the right times and you use your friends correctly. But try. Just try and see.
Well, if I die, we'll just have to do it over.
Yeah, exactly. It's the first checkpoint, so it's not a problem. So just give it a whirl.
Maybe I should have started with overload before I jumped.
Well, it doesn't matter. Now you're here. And shoot.
My aim is bad. It's
That's okay.
almost incredible.
Just charge him. There you go. And then... oh, Garrus died. That's too bad.
Ow. Ow.
Zero.
Ow. I'm dead.
Yeah, those are the mechs. You may want to fall back once you charge.
Sounds like a good idea.
Basically, I think you're doing it right, except that you didn't fall back.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I should have started with overloads before I jumped.
I mean, you can do it in two ways. You can charge like that, or you can try to whittle them with the pistol and wait for the mechs to show up. But I can't remember if the mechs are triggered by, you moving up, or if they just come periodically. That's the thing.
Oh, I have the gun.
That doesn't actually matter that much, because the submachine guns are extremely strong, also charged.
There isn't much cover here, actually.
Well, that's cover on both sides. Those are table things you can hide behind. But the submachine guns are actually pretty strong if they're at point blank range.
Hell no.
Hell no, we won't go.
Shotgun.
One thing I always did find obnoxious was that how it keeps changing what weapon you have in your hand every time you load a checkpoint.
The hell. The hell.
And charge. Exactly.
The guy who was too far away.
And the mechs are coming. Pistol?
I don't have my shield.
No, but not that pistol, the other one. That one. But of course it won't let you actually select something different until you've actually accepted it.
So here I use warp on...
Definitely a warp, yeah.
Did that even hit?
I
Will
don't
that even
think
hit?
so. That should hit. And shoot it! And then the other one. Now you can just shoot it with a pistol. Remember, the heavy pistol's a concussive shot. Or, actually, I forgot, overload will do massive damage to mechs, actually.
Switch to shotgun.
Yeah.
Charge.
There are gonna be another couple of mechs coming, but not just yet. I never get tired of those slow-mo shots. Okay, there should be two more dogs coming around the corner once you move up.
Yeah.
Maybe? Nah, they should be coming with those guys.
Can't really aim very well with this. Gun?
Yeah, why not?
For range. One guy next to it. Overload. Switch to shotgun. Charge. That was actually very well placed.
Yep. Always works well when they're in a group like that.
Yeah. Do I have that one over there? Do this. Actually, overload is. Bam. No, you don't. Not anymore, at least.
So apparently those mechs aren't there. They might just be there in the higher difficulties.
Well, it is what?
I think it was veteran.
Yeah, it's veteran.
And I usually play an insanity, so that's probably just it.
Oh, so that's what the F key is for.
Yeah, that reminds me.
That wasn't such a good idea.
What is it called? There's a reload trick with shotguns. When you're about to do the reload, once you see the clip pop out, if you melee and hit the fire button, you cancel the reload, but it still functions like a reload.
Oops.
So you can fire quicker. You don't have to wait for him to or her to actually load the gun.
I put Garrus in cover.
That's okay. He'll come on his own with the next thing.
There's something over here. We probably.
But basically, the reload cancel is that you once the you know, the glowing chamber thing or round thing, whatever, pops out. If you melee and fire again, you cancel the reload animation and are able to fire again. So it's a way to fire faster.
This shit happens.
I still can't get over the fact that she's apparently able to butcher 3 Ymir mechs on her own in this cutscene, but she never ever does it in a mission. Ever.
Well, I suppose it's the idea that there have to be some sort of challenge for the player, but there don't have to be an actual challenge to make a character seem like he or her is very, very strong.
But it's just inconsistent. It's like...
Yeah, it's very inconsistent, true.
But it's, you know, it's like in Final Fantasy VII where Aerith gets stabbed by Sephiroth and everyone's like, Phoenix down? But no, doesn't work in cutscenes.
There's even more to that, actually, about the way she got killed. If you watch the game theorists, you'd know that she actually wouldn't have been killed by Sephiroth's sword, but she'd actually drowned to death. Spoiler.
Yeah, Cloud, you shouldn't have put it down there. Oh well.
Yoink. But that's actually rather silly.
Yeah.
What? They are coming from down there. Why? Okay, there was apparently a high ledge that was only slightly tall. Am I supposed to go this? Apparently. Red and dark and gritty, it's probably the right way.
This is where it's going to start to get a little nasty, because there's going to be basically a Ymir mech every time you're into a room like this, plus a bunch of guys. This particular room isn't so bad.
Okay, I can't get that way.
Oh, you have to pass the bridge.
The hell? Get up there. This is where I need some range, actually. That's...
Yep, that's a submachine gun. And you have to change your weapon before you can do it.
Silly.
Yep.
Overload, punk.
Now the...
Aim, damn it. Oh, reload. He's dead.
Apparently there's not a Ymir mech in this difficulty. No, there it is. I was about to say, where does it go? But it's right there.
What? How do I even deal with that thing?
You shoot it. Shoot it until it dies. There's no... yeah, exactly. Big gun equals dead mech. Also remember that its machine gun fire is the big killer. The machine gun is the worst thing it's got.
I like how that hit even though my aim was literally into the wall.
Yeah. It's funny how some what you call it, remember to use the warps on it.
If I can target it from here.